Don't ask what's in my cup. Hey, it's Yay. Hey, it's Yay. Hello, everyone. It's Yay. Back with another episode of Don't Ask What's in My Cup. We're going to talk about a few things, but before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe. Also follow me on social media at Sipping with Yay. That's Sipping No G-Y-E. Get at me. That's Instagram and Twitter. Before we get into all of that, I would like to take a moment because the holiday is coming up very rapidly. What holiday are you asking about? You know, I'm not going to get into the politics behind it, but I do appreciate the concept of it because A, I like food, and B, we always need room to be grateful and thankful. So I do appreciate those parts of that. So with that being said, we're going to take a minute to just reflect. Now I know 2020, listen, hold on. 2020 has not been anybody's friend right now. Like, it has not been. But I would like to take a minute to acknowledge some of those small joys that did come in spite of. For example, if you have a job, or if you gained a job, and if you went without during this pandemic, that is something to be thankful for. If you get that unemployment check, that is something to be thankful for. If you still are alive and you survived, that is something to be thankful for. Even if you lost someone, either before the pandemic or because of the pandemic, be thankful for the memories that you did have with that person. Be thankful. Be thankful for the little things. I watched Kid President video today. And he was talking about the 25 things that he's thankful for. And he was just saying little random things like the clouds. He said, like, what else did he say? Pants. Little things. The little small joys in life that we take for granted. So I want you all to take a step back and just say thankful. Y'all know I'm thanking God for everything because I would not be the person that I am today if it wasn't for him making a way, okay? I didn't mean for all that to rhyme, but you know, I'm something like a rapper. Stay tuned. Yay on the beats. Nah, quick. Anyway, but yes, think about some things that you are grateful for or things that you didn't even realize. Because, you know, the small joys matter. And it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Regardless of what you're saying about these times, it could have been a lot worse. So be grateful for what you do have and what you did receive during these times. Or what you did not go without during these times. Be grateful. Don't be greedy. Be grateful. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be greedy. I know y'all going to probably have like 5 plates for Thanksgiving. Don't be greedy. Be grateful. Times are very weird. But be grateful. With that being said, we're going to move on to the topic of the day. And today, we're going to be talking about, before I say it, don't come for me. I know I'm late. But we're going to be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay. Can I tell y'all a secret? I'm low-key a nerd. People don't believe me when I say this, but it's actually very true. Like, although, you know, I'm slightly a cool kid, I be having my little moments when I'm like, I like learning, I like understanding things, I like things that have larger meanings and things like that. So, first of all, nobody told me that this show was this deep. Okay? Hold on. Because we finna get serious because I really was psychoanalyzing this. Yes, I'm a psych major. Don't judge me. I be reading into everything. Hold on, I gotta take my glove. Let me just. Okay. Let me tell y'all something, okay? Nobody told me this little cartoon was as deep as it was. When I tell you there were so many small gems that I got from it, the wisdom notes that I was taking, It was some episodes I'm like, let me rewind that and write that down. Cause like, what? What? Like, I was so invested in this show. And like the wisdom that I gained. Like, you know, I consider myself somewhat wise and somewhat insightful. But when I was like watching, I'm like, okay. Overall, I appreciate Aang as a character because he talks about like balance and peace and not trying to always do vengeance, tick for tack. And I love it because that's how I try to live. We'll get more into that later. But I do value that because let me tell you something. If you always thinking about vengeance, you will never be satisfied. Because you can always go tick for tack, but that's not gonna fill the void that you have in your heart. You're still gonna be miserable. So the best thing to do is forgive and let go. Don't forgive for that person, but forgive for yourself. Once you learn that lesson, I'm telling you, you'll be a more peaceful person. But until you're ready to learn that lesson, I'm just saying, keep that in the back of your head. Very spiritual. He talked about the element of forgiveness, the element of love, the element of peace. And I love all of those topics so much, as y'all can see if you watch previous episodes. But also, I did do a BuzzFeed quiz. Again, don't judge me. I did my BuzzFeed quiz, and apparently they said the person that I was most related to, or like who I most like, the character that I connected to the most is Kantara. And if you didn't know, Kantara was this waterbender. She was like motherly, like the motherly point of the tribe, like the group that she was with. She was always bringing people together. And if you know me, I know y'all are like, well, duh, Naya, you are the mother. You are the one that's always trying to bring us all together. Healing energy. Like, I do relate to Kantara a lot, and I'm not going to deny it. But sometimes I get tired of doing that. Like, I be tired of being, like, I get tired of always being the person. But, you know, it's your calling. You can't. Which is how I relate to Aang. Aang was a child, but he was blessed with these powers that made him, meaning that he had a purpose that he had to fulfill. But he was like, what if I'm not ready? What if I don't do it? You know, he was doubting himself. And I feel that. Because, you know, I do think that there is a calling on my life. And sometimes I be like, well, God, you sure I'm supposed to be the one that's doing this? And like, well, what if they ain't gonna listen to me? And like, sometimes, a lot of times, you just gotta get out of that. Because you do have a purpose. And you have to fulfill that purpose. Like, that's your job. That's your duty. Even like, can I be honest with you all? When it came to YouTube, I was really hesitant about it. Because I'm like, no one's gonna watch. I don't know if I have what it takes. I didn't want to be just somebody that does like trendy things. Like, I wanted to like make sure that my things were meaningful and positive and things like that. So I was just like, I don't know. I discouraged myself a lot. But then since I've been doing this, I've only been getting nothing but positive feedback. But keep going, keep doing it. I love it. You're such a positive influence. Like, and that resonates with me because it's like, now you're tapping into your purpose, and like, it's gonna be something greater than you. So I connect with Aang in that level. I do want to get into 2 episodes that resonated with me the most, or like 2 points that I've gotten from the actual series that I do want to tap into. So I'm going to get into that now. So, remember I told y'all this show was deep. And I should have been watched it. Let me tell you. One thing that it made me... So, initially when I watched Avatar, I was like, oh, it's like the horoscopes. Because, you know, if you haven't watched my previous episodes, I definitely tap into, like, talking about horoscopes, the different suns, suns, moons, rising, things like that. I also tapped into talking about zodiac signs. So I do talk about my earth signs, my air signs, my water signs, and my fire signs. So if you have not already watched those, tune in. They are funny too. They are definitely they give you a little insight, just a tap, just a tad bit. You know, I'm not gonna read you for filth just yet, but I do tap into it. So if you do want to check those out, the links will be below. However, they do talk about the elements, which is why I kind of associated it with that. One episode in particular, the uncle was talking to Zuko about the different elements and the power and what they're powered by. And I thought that was very interesting because I think that each element is essential to making sure you understand like your full self and things like that. So for example, he mentioned the fire element being powered by desire and will, and that able to get things done and achieve what you want because of that. So they're very strong-willed. They're very like forward. Sometimes they may be prematurely forward, which, you know, we ain't got to get into. Again, watch the video. But that is something that they're powered by. Earthbenders are powered by that whole substance and being diverse and strong and persistent, aka stubborn. Like they're very like, I said what I said. Again, watch the video. I'll go more into like earth signs, but that earthbenders are more like headstrong. They're very headstrong. The airbenders are more powered by freedom. So they detach themselves from worldly things and they find peace within freedom and things like that, which kind of is a leg up because a lot of people hold grudges. A lot of people can't get over that one incident. And as an airbender, you are taught to like, let it go. Just let it go. It's beyond, this is beyond you. This is beyond us. Like, and I do appreciate that. And then also the water benders, and like the water element is powered by this element of change. It has a sense of community and like they're always there for each other and they have like that healing energy. So that is kind of the water tribe, and like they are very communal. And this is how I know that it's slightly different from horoscopes, because I kind of gravitate, yes, I do gravitate towards that like air of like freedom, being detached from worldly things, but I'm definitely very much a community driven person. Like I love my family, I love my community, I love my loved ones so much. Like I love hard, and I'm always trying to tap into that. So I do believe that that is something that I do appreciate about both the water tribe as well as the water benders as well as air benders. Again, I told you all I matched with Kantara, which she is a water bender. Another thing, chakras, okay? You know, I know a lot of people are getting into spirituality. I know a lot of people are trying to like do meditation and things like that. And when I tell you, this show talked about it and put it in a way that was like, why didn't they just say that? Like when I tell you, I was always a little hesitant about it at first, and now I'm like, well, that's what it meant. So basically they said like, you know, there are different, your body is filled with energy. You are, I do believe we are human beings. No, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I believe we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So with that being said, there are different energies that we possess, and they can be blocked by the negative things that contributes to those energies as well. So with that being said, if you never feel like your full self, it's probably a reason.